Boxing King Media in association with Box Road Daily. Daily, I really appreciate you coming on today just to discuss the boxing at the weekend. We'll jump straight into it. I think the first fight I want to speak to you about is Salt Papi. Were you surprised with the way it ended?
No, because Salt Papi is very talented. You know, naturally talented. There's some people out there that just naturally have it, you know. And his team's doing a great job. I think Josh Brockner, he was hesitating to throw punches, but that's testament to Salt Papi as well, because obviously he knows how to get inside our opponent's head with his joking around in the ring, you know, with his hands down, with his different looks, the manipulation. And if you're not experienced, it's easy to get in someone's head like that. So, yeah, and it was a good finish as well.
Who on this scene could potentially give him a real challenge that's realistically next? Because I know they're talking about Slim and KSI, but them fights are not going to happen next.
Yeah, my brother.
Okay,
my brother. We've talked about the fight with Salt Papi, and you know, we're all on the same page. You know, with that's going to be a future. That's going to be an even bigger fight. You know, at the moment it's sizzling, and then we got to get it to the point where that's a main event. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone wants that main event slot, don't they?
Exactly. So Salt Papi's going to do his thing, Kenny's doing his thing, and then they're going to meet later on down the line.
That'll be an interesting one. Do you buy into the notion? There's loads of rumors that Salt Papi's had a big amateur career, but he keeps coming out saying, I've never fought in the Philippines or anything like that. You're a boxing expert, you know, you're a student of the game. Do you think there's any truth in that?
I mean, you know, it's easy to think that if you come from a boxing background, because obviously he has got natural talent like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, he spoke to me, and I've got to take his word for it that he hasn't. You know, I don't want to call him a liar and all that. I have to take his word for it and respect what he's saying. And if he hasn't had any fights, then that's just testament to how dedicated he is in his training, and how he's surrounding himself with around the right people to work on his craft and build him into a good-looking fighter. It's a bit like my brother, you know. But you know, see what it is. Now I've had time to think. Salt Papi hasn't had before Josh Brockner. Josh Brockner was meant to be a test, right? But before that, he hasn't fought anyone, you know, anyone on a great level. You know, they hardly threw any punches at him. Especially the last one before Josh Brockner, I think it was Warski or whatever his name is. You know, Warski never threw a punch really, and he took him out. So, you know, with my brother, you could see that he was a raw novice and he's learning. And you can see by my brother's performances how he's maturing and how he's progressing. Whereas with Salt Papi, you couldn't really see that because of the type of opponents he was facing, whereas my brother's gone in a deep end facing the likes of Face Sensei. And then you saw in my brother's last fight against DK Money, you know, where he could showcase his skills more. You could see the progression that he's making in boxing. So, yeah, I'm going to take Salt Papi's word for it. But when they do fight, it's going to be one hell of a fight, because obviously my brother ain't going to be someone that's going to be scared or hesitate to throw punches. You know, he isn't built like that, and I haven't built him that way to go in the ring and just stand around and do nothing. So it's going to be a great fight for the fans.
And we spoke to your brother straight after the fight, and one of the things he talked about was that he felt he saw the greatest entrance of all time, Luis Pineda. How good was that? And obviously he was there ringside.
Oh man, I'm so happy for him because of his story and where he's come from. I know his mum just passed away as well. And, you know, what an amazing story it is for where he's come from. I think he was fighting in front of like 300 people in Mexico trying to make money for his family. and KSI gives him an opportunity based on the fact that KSI wanted to fight a pro boxer. KSI obviously destroyed him, but you know, it gave him the platform to come back, and KSI's give him a platform to make money, you know, and that money goes a long way where he comes from. So, and to see the reception that he got from the fans, it was electric. That was the best atmosphere on the night, I reckon, when the Undertaker music, and then when it switched to the Mexican band, and then they knew it was Pineda, the way the fans reacted was amazing. And the performance as well, you know, the straight shots, the jab, the straight right hand. Yeah, it was good to watch, actually.
Yeah, congratulations to him. He looked sick. Tom Zanetti, Slim, were you surprised how good Tom was for a first time, for his first ever fight in the ring?
Yeah, he's got potential. Obviously, what let him down is his conditioning. And that's what a lot of these YouTubers have to understand. They can't, I know they're influencers, but they can't go in there acting like an influencer. They have to go in there with the mindset of a real fighter, which means taking the training serious before you even step in the ring. You know, the cardio, the conditioning. So that's what lets Zanetti down. And it also, Slim also needs to work on his cardio as well. I know he's fighting bigger people, but still, I'm experienced. I know for a fact he isn't putting in the work when it comes to the conditioning side of things, the fitness side of things. With the boxing, he is. But if you see a lot of inexperienced people, that's all they want to do. They want to put on the gloves, hit pads, you know, and spar. But they forget about the other stuff, the stuff that are going to make you last in the rounds.
And another one of your fighters, Deji, you've done some amazing work with him. What you've just said there, you've clearly done that with Deji, and that's shown in his last few performances. Obviously, we're not going to class the Mayweather fight because he fought one of the all-time greats, but you know, the win before that, he looked brilliant. So what is next for Deji?
Oh, we're just at the moment, because when you come from Floyd Mayweather, obviously you got lots of options now. So we don't know who we're fighting, but we know Deji wants to fight 4 times this year. And I think the first one, he wants it around April time, you know. So we're just weighing up options, seeing who we can fight. Might be a celebrity, it might be a YouTuber. We don't know at this point. Like, it's in a celebrity, not a YouTuber celebrity. So we're just weighing up options at the moment. But the good thing is he's going to be active, looking to fight minimum 3, but maximum 4 times this year.
Is that likely to be at a Misfits show, or is he freelancing whatever the best opportunity comes up?
You know, they might as well call him Money now, after Money fighting Money Mayweather. All comes down to what's right, you know. You know, it's all business as well. At the end of the day, not just all about fighting. So he has to do what's right for himself, weigh up his options, and then we go from there. Swarm's also called out my brother and Deji. I actually think that would be a good fight for Deji against Swarms. You know, Swarms brings a good fan base, so that'd be a good fight for Deji. A nice showcase fight for Deji.
Oh, man, and any thoughts on who KSI should fight? Last question. Any thoughts on KSI?
I personally want him to now up the levels. It's not that KSI isn't doing great. He's doing wonderful. He's doing great. He's looking good. He's doing great with his team down at Street Fighters. You could see the progression that's happening down there. Devastating finish. But obviously, when you're knocking people out so quickly like that, if he's trying to fight, get to the likes of Jake Paul, the best thing for him to prepare for that is to get some more rounds under his belt, which means fighting better opposition that will take him a few more rounds, you know, just so he can get those rounds in preparation for Jake Paul. Because Jake Paul's done a lot of rounds, you know? So KSI needs rounds in the bank.
100%. Daley, I really appreciate your time. You want to add anything about your pro fighters, or you done?
Oh, actually, yeah. Martin Foru, who was on the Dutch Love Island, right? You got Idris Virgo was on the UK Love Island. Now, Idris Virgo is calling out. I'll see you soon, yeah? Idris Virgo is calling out my younger brother, King Kenny, when he's a 12-0 professional boxer. And I don't get that, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be calling out novice YouTubers like that when you are 12-0 professional. You know, I think Anthony Taylor was different because Anthony Taylor, he's come from the MMA background. You know what I mean? He's a bit tough and rugged, comes forward and all that kind of stuff. But he shouldn't be trying to bully novice influencers. We've got a fight here. Let's see, Dutch Love Island runner-up against the UK Love Island, you know, contestant, Idris Virgo versus Martin Foru. Martin gets looked after by Wasserman, who are involved with Misfits. So that makes sense. You know, fight a real fighter, you know, what is he now? 13-0. My fight is 8-0. That'd be a good fight for the future. And then I've got my other undefeated fighter, George Mitchell, who boxed last on the Boxer show. We're just waiting on dates. We're waiting on dates on both of them now because it's the new year. So we're just waiting on dates. And that's it.
Good stuff, Daley. I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you for flying through all them questions, and have a good day, man. I'll catch you soon somewhere. Are you coming to Eubank Smith?
Yeah. Hopefully I should be there. And then, yeah, we're in preparation now. We've got lots coming up. I can't reveal too much, but we've got lots coming up. I thought 2022 was busy for me. It's going to get more crazy now.
Good stuff, man. I hope you get all the blessings you deserve, mate. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot, bro. Speak to you soon.
Thank you.